Cops drain it?
Yes, this morning.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Hey guys, happy weekend. Welcome to the weekend update. Thank you for watching. Now let's talk about waiting. What if you can't wait? I can't wait for an hour from now. I'll be meeting with 3 generations, a 3-week-old baby boy, his proud parents, and his proud grandparents that came all the way, couldn't wait to meet their grandson from across the Atlantic Ocean to talk about why now is the time for them to purchase a home for their growing family. When you go from 2 to 3, sometimes that 1-1 in South Park isn't going to work. When you go from 3 to 4, or you've been renting for 4 or more years, waiting isn't a great option. Now, you might have to wait a little bit longer if everything you do is going to be based on not manipulating rates to the advantage of buyers at less expense to sellers, because here's the news. Fed hold rates steady, still sees 2 more cuts this year. What do 2 cuts mean for someone that could be waiting to get a better interest rate? Well, if it's a 1/4 point per cut, and as I've taught you for over a decade, when the Fed drops interest rates a 1/4, rates don't go down a 1/4. And when they increase rates a 1/4, interest rates do not go up a 1/4. So if you've been watching the weekend update for as long as I've been doing it, which is a long time, you know that they don't have a direct impact. And impact is some of the things that I think Fed Chair Powell is most concerned about. Now, I've been watching Fed meeting press conferences since Alan Greenspan. And in the early days of my career, I learned a lot from Alan Greenspan in watching said meetings. There were serious questions and serious answers. Yesterday, I don't think we got serious questions. Many of the members of the media were talking about things that weren't in direct relation to the minute release and the press conference and speech from Fed Chair Powell, talking about forward-looking decision-making, AKA we need to see what the net impact of the price increases via tariffs will do to inflation. We've all heard the word transitory, as well as the word sticky. The inflation we got from printing so much money and doing what we did during COVID actually proved to not be transitory, proved to be sticky, and now we've been dealing with rates over 6% for the last 3 years. And so I can appreciate that the Fed is not looking to make a move ahead of price increases due to cargo ships coming in right now with goods and products that you were going to purchase with tariffs added to the price equation. So that makes a lot of sense to me. But what also makes sense is that I've mentioned it, we've seen it in the last couple of videos, that there have been quiet forms of quantitative easing that have not done things to the yield that we would expect. So part of my concern is that maybe the Fed feels like if they drop rates right now, at least the Fed funds rate, that it won't have the net impact. And what do we do then? We've got to look at other solutions. If you want to know about interest rates, the dashboard always has a link down below or to the right, depending on if you're looking at your phone or a tablet or computer, where you can get mortgage rates. This is a story that's also linked on there. Here's what changed in the Fed rate announcement. And then here is a living, breathing daily snapshot of average mortgage rates from 30-year fixed to ARMs to FHA to VA and to jumbo. For greater details and certain scenarios, please reach out to me. But if you ever have a question of what rates are doing right now, and you hear something from a client that seems too high, too low, remember these are averages, but these are a good resource for you. Now, if something here seems to be too low or too good to be true, well, maybe it's got list and lock. I want to give a big shout out to agents that have reached out to me and done screen shares with me so they can see how easy it is to determine what the rate would be if your seller is doing a rate incentive and how that will impact savings versus price reductions. Again, many of you folks are having conversations about price reductions with your clients before you do so. And I would encourage, before you even list a property, get with me, go to thestanfieldteam.com, click on sell, and list and lock is right here. It takes less than 5 minutes to put the address in, the purchase price, the seller concession, which I recommend be 3%. And here's why. When your seller gives a concession of 3% on listing lock, we will add an additional 1%, giving a 4% total buy down for the prospective buyer. And that is a rate that you can market in real time with sign writers, with social videos, with social posts, and open house flyers, as well as QR codes that lead back to a custom website telling folks where their rate may end up respective to what type of loan and what their down payment is. So super simple, takes a few minutes, and is a much better solution in most cases for the conversation you may be about to have with your seller about what the price should be lowered to. Here's an example of the presentation that can be used prior to listing or prior to price reductions. There's a QR code there. You can scan that and it'll show you all the marketing that we do for you. And in addition to that, we will set up a microsite that helps educate buyers about the home, about its features, about its benefits and ADU opportunity and spacious open concept, as well as how much money they're going to save when they purchase this home versus the one down the street that's not offering an incentive. Finally, guys, I love the time, energy, effort, and creativity that goes into a lot of Instagram videos that I've seen. I think if you're in real estate, you know what I'm talking about. This is like the new MTV, whether it's music videos in an emu style, singing about a home that got away, or it's actually some stuff that's quite brazen. I mean, I was like, wait, this is a real estate video? You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Folks, spend your creative time not creating a music video. It's cool. I appreciate it. Spend your time creating solutions for your buyers, solutions for your sellers. And hey, if you want to add to your production crew and bring me or someone on my team or someone at CMG or at least your preferred lender, talk about how we can provide solutions that make people able to purchase today, to sell today. I mean, that's what we're going for. I'm going to drop a link. Also, the right-hand side, Andrew Bustamante, former CIA guy, he's got some life hacks, really, really cool. I think some unique perspective is provided to him about dominoes. I won't say more than that. Check it out. It's a cool life hack. Maybe you know Andrew Bustamante, maybe you do not. Smart cat. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. I'm available this weekend, not next weekend because I'm going to Tahoe. I'll see you later.